Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Hands On channel. We're out here at my land today, just having a great day. We got an unusual warm front that came through, so it's like 68 degrees today. It's been pretty nice. I've been out here blasting around on my four-wheeler, just having a great time. But I wanted to share something with you that just really shocked me the past 24 hours. So if you don't know, if you haven't been following politics a lot or whatever, maybe you just bury your head in the sand, you don't like to acknowledge it, that it's even a thing, but it does affect your life. I believe it was, maybe it wasn't Plato, but one of these guys from that era said that basically you should take an interest in politics, because if you don't, politics will certainly take an interest in you. So that's always stood out to my mind, so I've always kind of followed politics. Well, that being said, I've been paying attention, and Biden has yet to go to the southern border, right? And we all know, especially if you're in a border state, you know the border is a lot different now than it was under the Trump administration. Well, a few days back, the Biden administration attempted to blame the Republicans. And of course, the MSM ran with that narrative. And they're saying that because the Republicans keep saying that, oh, the border's open, Biden's got the border wide open, that's actually causing people to come in. That is complete BS. Back when Trump was still president, the border was not in the state of problems that it's having today. I mean, we're having epic problems, epic amounts of people coming in to like areas like El Paso. Well, if you haven't heard, Biden finally, after 2 years, Biden finally went and visited the border. So yay, right? I mean, great job. He finally went down there and did part of his obligation as president of the United States, right? And is addressing the border issues, right? Wrong. He's not addressing the border issues. The shocking part of this story, the most shocking part, is before they went into El Paso, Biden sent someone in. I don't know if he sent the Border Patrol or some other federal agency in, but they arrested all of the illegal immigrants that were hanging out right there in El Paso. They got rid of all the immigrant camps. They cleaned up all the trash. They basically whitewashed El Paso so that the media's perception, what was portrayed on the MSM, would look like a normal, clean town where nothing's going on. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This stuff is so freaking Orwellian that if you pay just a little bit of attention, you can see through their BS, because they're not really even trying to hide it anymore. So Governor Abbott, he met Biden. It was like a surprise visit. No, they didn't get any notification. And normally the president will give like the governor of the state a little bit more notification than that. And so I don't believe Abbott was very happy about the surprise visit to the southern border without proper notification, because, states have to go through processes and make sure that they have like the highway patrol or whatever, state police, whatever they need down there to ensure that the president stays safe and secure and all this stuff, to help out with the Secret Service duties of protecting the president, right? Because it's usually a pretty big deal, and anyway, he didn't get any notice, but on the way there, Abbott somehow met with Biden and gave him a handwritten letter, or a, hand-typed letter of basically saying that, I'm going to slaughter it because I'm not reading it right here, but he was basically saying that Biden has had 2 years to address the border, and Abbott said, you're 2 years late and $2 billion short of fixing the border issue. And of course, you've got things going on like over in Arizona. Arizona tried to get ahead of the border crisis, and their governor at the time constructed a temporary shipping container wall. I mean, it looked pretty impressive, to be honest with you. They constructed a shipping container wall. Well, what did the Biden administration do? They sued that governor and made them take that down. So they have no intention of closing the border or actually having secure borders. Biden, during the campaign, or maybe it was during the debates, he said that he was going to flood the border with refugees and migrants and stuff, because he wants these people to come here and become new Democrat voters. There's no denying it, guys. That is exactly what is happening. The latest thing I've heard is he's calling for amnesty for all of these people that have come over here. They're trying to get rid of old rules that kept these illegal aliens from abusing our welfare, SNAP system or whatever, and getting on public benefits. Biden and his administration are trying to get rid of those things so that these people will have even more magnets and even more reasons to come up here. This is being done intentionally by design. It's all part of the UN's plan. They called it the, what was it called? Replacement migration. Go look it up. It's a huge deal that hardly anyone even talks about. I think people are afraid to talk about it because they're afraid their video will be taken down on YouTube. Rightfully so. I've had several videos of mine taken down and removed over the years for trying to speak truth to power, trying to figure out what was going on, like during the COVID stuff and all this, trying to figure out what was going on during the 2020 election when we were seeing these weird things, anomalies, let's say, that raised a lot of eyebrows, and you aren't allowed to question that sort of stuff. On the way out here, while we're talking about things that we're not allowed to question, you should really go spend some time looking at what's going on in Brazil. Now, I can't talk about that because that's one of the forbidden topics that I'm not allowed to talk about the reasons that these people are down there protesting, but they took over their, I believe it was the Senate, and they took over their equivalent of the Congress and the Supreme Court. I mean, looked like tens of thousands. Some people were saying it was in the millions of people that stormed the Brazilian capital because they're not happy about the communist that is now the president of their Brazil. So lots of stuff is going crazy. It looks like we're having a 1776 movement down in Brazil right now. And normally, people that really supported democracy and freedom and things like that would be all over this, and they'd be like, you know, promoting this and trying to help those people out. But the people here on the left are in traditional leftist fashion saying that, you know, they shouldn't be doing this. They don't acknowledge. I believe AOC came out and said that they're just not willing to accept the results of the last election and stuff like this. So I don't know. Again, I can't talk much about it because YouTube has made that a forbidden topic. And if you want to know who controls you, just look at what you're not allowed to criticize. That'll tell you everything you need to know about what's going on in the current state of affairs. So, guys, I just wanted to make a quick video here. I hope you guys are paying attention to this stuff. Please go look up replacement migration. Go look up what's going on down in Brazil. I mean, it's just alarming what's going on. It makes January 6th look like nothing. I mean, these people are storming their government offices. In fact, they made the president, Lula, I think's his name, the communist, they made him flee the country because he was so scared of the people. I mean, things are certainly heating up, and a lot of people aren't just going to lay down, roll over, and accept the New World Order's tyranny that they're trying to implement around the world. A lot of people are going to do what they're doing down in Brazil. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying, you can push people so far. You can push an animal, and a wounded animal, back into the corner so far, but then eventually that animal's going to come out fighting. And let's hope it doesn't go to that here in the United States. But, you know, I'm reminded, Thomas Jefferson said that like every couple of generations, maybe he said every generation, we need to have a revolution because things change. You know, the things that are important issues that are affecting the culture change. The culture changes. The music changes. Everything changes. And every once in a while, I agree with Thomas Jefferson, every once in a while, we should have a revolution so that the ideas of the day that are most important are the dominant ideas that are being addressed, rather than just brushing them off and putting them aside and saying, oh, no, we can't do that. And so, anyway, guys, I just wanted to make a quick one here for you. Please go check out that stuff. Go look at the things you're not allowed to talk about here on YouTube. And I'll give you a quick rundown. The 2020 election, that's for sure off limits. The Brazilian election, that's for sure off limits. Anything to do with the COVID vaccine or the lockdowns or the masks back in the day. I don't know if they're still banning people for masks or anything like that, but anything criticizing the LGBTQ agenda. If you criticize them too harshly, you'll be labeled a hater and you'll have your videos and your channel removed. So look at the things you're not allowed to criticize, and that'll tell you who and what controls you. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, guys. Oh, by the way, almost every time I do a video out here in the woods, people ask me, oh, hey, what are you carrying? Well, today I'm carrying my good old trusty Glock 17. I always keep this on me. It's a great size. If you're not trying to conceal it, it's a great pistol. If you're wearing it, you know, open carry like I do, it depends on your state laws. But anyways, it's a great pistol. 17 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber, so I'm ready to rock. And also today, I'm carrying my authentic Kukri House Kukri. And now it's not a full-size one, but I love this thing. So I think after this video, we're going to do a quick video on the kukri and talk about the Gurkha soldiers. I mean, just some badasses of history. These guys, I mean, there are so many just awesome stories about the Gurkha soldiers. So be sure to tune in for that. I think we're going to do a quick little review video on this kukri blade here, and we'll talk about that. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. We try to cover the truth. We try to cover issues that the mainstream media is afraid to cover. So please consider subscribing. Hit the thumbs up if you like it. Hit the thumbs down if you don't like it. Go down in the comments and tell me if I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong about everything, or if you agree with me and you think I missed several points, go down in the comments and let me know what I missed and what I need to be looking out for, because we're all in this together, whether we like it or not. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, I stand for liberty to the bitter end, and I think you know what that means. Until then, guys, we'll see you next time.